No, the only reason that we are actually starting to wake up and pay attention to it is because it's affecting us financially. Beloved, I warned you last winter that we were going to war with China and Russia. I warned you that there was going to be a draft, and people mocked and made light of and made all these excuses, and yet here we are. Congress just now is passing laws. It's going to be sent up to the Senate, where it looks like they're going to need to send your sons and daughters into their meaningless war again. You know, there's a lot of hand wringing by the pundits online saying, oh, this generation, these Zoomers and these millennials, they don't have a work ethic, and they don't have what it takes to stand up and be counted to be named among our heroes in the U.S. military. But I think what it is I think that they're just not as brainwashed, and they're breaking out of the programming that our generation and the boomers had our teeth dug into. Patriotism, all things police are awesome, all things military are awesome, and America's going to go kick some ass. We're going to put a boot in their, as the terrible country music song said, and how we all got excited about that. Yeah, let's work harder and harder and send more of our tax monies to go innocent people, to support the industrial military complex. You know what it is? It took us a while to wake up. It took us a while to figure out what was going on. And unfortunately, it's not because we all of a sudden decided that we wanted to do the right thing and to stop innocent people and stop becoming the pariah and the most hated country in the world for good reason. No, the only reason that we are actually starting to wake up and pay attention to it is because it's affecting us financially. That we're starting to realize that we support 800 foreign military bases. 800, beloved. The U.S. government steals money from taxes, withholding that's ever increasing, taxes, fees everywhere, to take your money, your labor that you work for, and to enrich themselves and their corporate cronies and their re-election campaigns, and to keep themselves in power for blood. They are willing to kill people, innocent people, for blood and for profit, and we finance it. And only when it started to hit us in our pocketbooks did we start to wake up from our trough of excess and well, what's going on around here? Well, what's going on is for the last 50 years, 100 years, we have been people for no reason other than just corporate profits. It wasn't even to benefit us as a people. I mean, you could almost even, if you're going to say, well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and we're going to take religion and morality out of it, and just we're going to be pragmatic about it. Yes, we're going to steal this oil. We're going to steal these resources so that we can have nice highways, so we can have low income tax, so we can take care of our elderly, we can take care of our soldiers, that we can be the shining light on the hill to the rest of the world. Is that what's happening? Have we benefited from all of this oil and all of this military conquest? Have you benefited? How do your airports look? Have you been to the Los Angeles airport? Have you been to the Chicago airport? It's shameful. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You can go to any modern Chinese airport, even third world countries. Some of their airports are not as bad as ours in this first world nation. I'll close with this. If you are still, in this time and place, still supporting police, still supporting the military and their conquests and their people, there's no hope for you. This patriotism, this blindly supporting the policy of our corrupt politicians, lawmakers, and corporations, it's got to end. It's over. And the old people just can't seem to see it, and they won't let go of power. This young generation that we like to look at and oh, look how soft they are. Look how lazy they are. Oh, they won't even stand up and serve in the military. Yeah, they won't, because they have a conscience. It hasn't completely been seared by the boomer generation and by a lying, foolish government. The young people are who we should be listening to. Maybe it's you that have the backwards ideas. Maybe it's me. Maybe we need to stop looking and supporting the things that we have, these institutions that we've always supported. Maybe it's time for us to take a hard look at what we've done and take some accountability for that and let the younger people lead on this. I support them. I will not lift a finger to help this government. I'm not advocating violence. I'm not advocating that you should break the law. Of course, follow the rules of the law. Christ instructed us to do this. Render unto Caesar the things that is Caesar, and unto God the things that are God's. But when you come in conflict, beloved, with when you have to compromise your morals and the law of God to follow the dictates of a corrupt and satanic government, well, then you come to a crossroads, and you have a obligation to your fellow human beings as well as to your God and your Creator to not violate the things that are morally reprehensible. And that is supporting a murderous government that is thieving and stealing from us. And it's shameful. You get out in the world, you will be so embarrassed when you see the reputation that America has created for itself. You would be appalled. You wonder why people hate us. They hate us because we deserve it. And now the check is coming, and we're going to have to pay this check. I don't know what the solution is, but I do know that further supporting any of these policies, thinking that voting your next Republican or Democrat or your next president is going to save you, a Donald Trump or whoever, is foolish. I say that we just turn our back on all of it. Look to your community, do what you can in front of you, vote locally, local law enforcement, local school board, but as far as it comes to them, turn your back on them. Let them know that we will not support them, and do everything in your power to be ungovernable. Don't break the rules, do what you must, and just hang on there. Things are going to get better.